Drew, this place is amazing.
It's nice, I guess, sure. I'm not really into things. Come on, this is gonna be fun!
We had a huge opportunity to create around the notion of Gru's past.
We started to play around with this idea of this long-lost brother that he didn't know he had.
Twin brother?
Twin brother? Big brother?
So then we started to explore, well then, how would this new brother be introduced back into his life?
The creation of that character really came down to one core idea.
My brother!
That his brother was going to be his opposite.
Finally, I'm meeting you!
Yep. He's very light, he's very silly, he's extremely buoyant. He's all of these things that Gru doesn't necessarily have.
There was a lot of kind of conflict and sibling rivalry that you could play with.
Ow!
And we just thought that would just be a great pair to see on screen together.
The police are gonna get us! Ah! Bring it out!
We tried to find so many different ways to differentiate Drew and Gru's character in terms of their emotions and their personalities. But visually, we wanted to go for something even more graphic where Drew's always in white and Gru's always in black.
Oh, I chihuahua. I call the black one.
Gru is more punched, and Drew is a bit more up straight in his always smiling.
I think there is a visual distinction between Gru and Drew, which is light and dark. And that really does speak to their personalities. But we also have fun with what is really inside of those characters. The one that's light, maybe he's not always light. The one that's in dark, maybe there's some light inside him.
They do share a lot more than they actually know. What might seem like a polar opposite personality at first isn't necessarily that.
When we get to know Drew a little bit better and we start to see his more vulnerable side, that we can start to sympathize with him in a way that you need to for the story. And if you didn't have that, it loses its balance between, the Drew-Gru relationship.
You're gonna be just fine. I got your back.
When Steve Carell first started to explore Drew's character, we showed him artwork, tried to give him some visual cues about who this guy is.
We played around a lot with how high his voice was and how he spoke, the tempo of his voice.
We wanted to make sure that the two of them were vocally distinct. When he started laughing like Drew, that unlocked the whole character.
And then when you finally start to narrow in on something, you start to kind of get a sense of who this guy is, then it starts to fall into place.
Oh, face it, Gru, villainy is still in your blood. You can't tell me you don't miss the rush just a little bit.
Usually I would do one of the characters first and do all of those lines as that character, and then I'd go back and I would do the other side, and I would do the character of the brother.
Whoa, wait. So our dad was a villain?
The movies work, I think, because they're broad and funny and fun, but there's also an emotional resonance that runs through the center of them. And in this movie, part of that revolves around the discovery of a half of your family that you never knew.
It's always exciting to animate new characters like Drew.
I can't tell you how many times I've impressed my kids' friends by pulling out the Gru voice every now and then.
Hey, I thought we said no more villainy.
But now, with any luck, I'll be able to pull out the Drew voice and get the same reaction.
Sorry, brother. Somebody's got to keep the family tradition alive.